Welcome to another episode of ILTACON TV. My name is Beth Ann Stubbe, and I'm the Director of Publications and Press at ILTA. And today I am joined by ILTACON co-chair Rodney Mullins. Rodney, you're one of my favorite ILTANs, and I can't believe this is the very first time we've sat down together.
Yes, I'm shocked as well.
It's kind of a departure because I would have assumed that at some point in all of our conversations, we would have recorded the good ones at least. But today we're here to talk a little bit about your role as our ILTACON co-chair. This is your first year in the role. Next year, you'll be stepping into the lead role, replacing Scott and bringing on Donna. But there's a lot going on. This has been a really big year. Can you talk to me about some of the highlights up until this point for you as co-chair?
Yeah, so this has been an interesting process to go through. I've been part of ILTA for a few years now. We're talking probably 10 years plus years in various roles, serving as session coordinator, also a team coordinator as well, and now the co-chair. And so when you're in the session coordinator and team coordinator roles, you don't get a chance to see all the things that happen in the background. So there's a lot of coordination that you are not necessarily aware of, and so I've gotten first hand view of all those different types of activities, things done by Joy, Denise, Tracy. It's a whole bunch of folks, Dawn as well, yourself, that you all do, and it's a juggling act, and and this always ends up being an amazing event, all to the hard work that's done by everybody involved.
One of the coolest things I think I've seen this year is that we had a record number of session applications, record number of speakers. How have you guys dealt with that? Has it been a really helpful thing, or has it been a little hard to deal with just the volume?
Well, I mean, I think we love the increase. We love to see the fact that people are interested in attending and also speaking at the event. So I think it's been good for us to try to figure out how do we say no to so many qualified individuals, and so that in itself was a process. And it was a good experience for a lot of individuals who haven't done that before, where they have to look and say, I've got at all 10 top talented speakers. How do I say no to them? You have to say to no to someone at some point. So it's been a good experience, it's been great.
One of the cool things I love is that we're coming back to Orlando, and that's nice for me. I started in Orlando. We're coming back. It's a really wonderful venue. Do you think being split between Swan, Dolphin, Yacht and Beach has made the sessions a little bit more enjoyable? People can get out, walk around a little bit, or has it made it a little harder to kind of manage, do you think?
I love the Swan and Dolphin. I'll be honest with you, and I hear some individuals, grumble about, the fact that they have to move back and forth between different locations. But personally, I love it. It's a bit of departure from being in a cold, area, and you run to run rooms. Great, I'm outside, get a chance to let the sun hit my eyes, and you get a breath of fresh air. So to me, I love the fact that it's sort of split and you can move around through the properties and stuff. And I don't mind walking. And personally, I try to get at least 5 miles of walk steps in a day if I can. So it's a good thing from my perspective.
I also like that we do offer golf carts for anyone who needs a little bit extra, either speed or time or a little hand around the property. They won't let me drive one though. Do you think they're going to let you drive one?
I hope so.
Well, speaking of fun things, let's talk a little bit about what ILTACON offers that are not just, educational sessions. There's so much more. What are you most looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, I tell anyone that asks me this question, personally, networking is the big part of this conference for me. Specifically in my role as senior manager of software planning and development at McGuire Woods. My job is to, one, stay on top of what's hot in technology, two, to understand of the software that we've deployed, if there are any concerns or issues, understand who else is sort of dealing with those issues. How did they address those concerns? And so I have to sort of stay abreast of that. And to do that, you've got to know people. You actually have to know that not just folks at firms, but also the vendors. You have to really get to know them, understand, what they're doing in their different organizations, roadmaps and things where they're taking the products. And so networking is always key. I sort of have to balance that this year in my role. I'll probably have to do a lot more talking than I've done in the past. but I've always taken great pleasure in connecting with people at this event.
It's a great connection. And it's also one of the things that makes ILTA ILTA. Our Pure Powered is really not a joke. It's people, getting together, talking, solving problems together. All right,
Yes.
this one's a tough question. I know that because there were so many sessions and the agenda is packed full from ILTA perspective, business partner, master classes, so much is going on. What do you think will be the most attended session?
Yeah, it's a hard one to answer. So I'm going to give you a generic response and say anything that's dealing with large language models is going to be hot this year. And I've participated as a team coordinator. I ran sort of the data science sort of block within ILTA, and artificial intelligence was a part of that as well. And we've seen over the past three ILTACons that continues to be a hot topic. And so with the likes of products like Copilot and Case Text and other solutions that are out there, any session dealing with that will be guaranteed to have a high number of attendees.
Just because it has high number of attendees doesn't mean it's your favorite session. So what about you? What are you most looking forward to attending?
So, my favorite sessions typically are I love to attend the keynotes,
Mhm.
because I think that for me a lot of times you're looking for something to continue to push you and to give you some inspiration and how you continue to adapt and change and innovate. And a lot of times we have great speakers that come in and sort of set the tone for the conference. And I think we'll have some great keynotes this year.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to all of them. And
Yes.
Rodney, I'm really looking forward to talking to you and Scott in the next week or so as we head a little bit closer to ILTACON. We're within 60 days of conference and it's quickly ticking away from there. What do you think? Have you started packing yet? Are you gung ho to go?
Yes, I am actually ready to go. I'm looking forward to it. And now, obviously, we have to be there a little bit earlier
Mhm.
than most of the attendees of the conference. But yes, I started packing probably about a month ago because I know there's particular things that I have to bring, and there's a certain look I want to have while I'm down there. So yes, I've done those things.
Well, send me your packing list. We'll coordinate. All right, Rodney, thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.